me more and more, and make my orange heart feel glad with the sash my father wore. It is old, but it is beautiful, and the colours they are fine. It was worn at Derry Aughrim in a Skilling and a Boyne. My father wore it when he used in the big old days of yore. So on the 12th I proudly wear the sash my father wore.
You're listening to PUL Community Radio. Music, news, debates, banter, and views. Call now on 0141 416 1690. PUL Community Radio. Putting the unity back in community.
Hi folks, we've got a caller, David, on the line, who I will be bringing in very shortly. David's going to be calling in, David is calling in to talk about Warrington and a couple of other things that we've brought up on the show already. He's got a couple of very good points to bring in. So we'll be hearing from David in the next 2 minutes, folks.
It been the 12th day of July in the year of 49. 500 of our orange men together did combine, in memory of King William on that bright and glorious day, to march around Lord Roden's Park and over Dolly's Brae, to march around Lord Roden's Park and over Dolly's Brae. And when we got to Weirs, but sure it was a glorious sight to see so many orange men all ready for to fight. To march around the aisle remains our music sweet to play, and the tune we played was the Protestant boys right on to Dolly's Brae, and the tune we played was the Protestant boys right on to Dolly's Brae. Just then two priests come up to us and to Mr. Spears did say, come turn your men the other road and never cross Dolly's Brae. Begone, begone, you papies dogs, you've hardly time to pray, before we throw your carcasses right over Dolly's Brae, before we throw your carcasses right over Dolly's Brae. And when we came to that good hill, they were ranked on every side, and offering up their papy spurs for help to stem the tide. And we loosed our guns upon them, and we quickly won the day. And we knocked 500 papyshes right over Dolly's Brae, and we knocked 500 papyshes right over Dolly's Brae. So now my song at last I'll end, my pen I will throw down, and with success to every man supports the British crown. And generations yet unborn will mind this place of yore, for we named the spot King William's Bridge and Dolly's Brae no more, for we named the spot King William's Bridge and Dolly's Brae no more.
The song was that good we had to play it twice, folks. We do have David on the line. I'm not too sure if you'll be able to hear him just yet, but we'll try. David, can you hear us, mate?
Yes, Chris, I can hear you perfectly, mate.
Hello, David, how you doing?
Not bad, how are you, pal? All right?
Aye, not too bad at all. David, you were wanting to talk about Warrington and a couple other things. I'll just
I was just sitting listening, obviously. The amount of atrocities inflicted on the civilian population, Northern Ireland and mainland Britain, in over a 30-year period. Unbelievable. I mean, the Warrington bomb, that doesn't seem actually that as if it's, as I said, the length of time. I mean, 1993. That was the 20th of March. That was like a year before my son was born. My son was born on the 10th of March, 1994. In fact, he was actually born the day the 3 Scottish soldiers were murdered. they're like 23 years later. Getting back to the 20th of March, probably that was probably, in fact, that was probably like Mother's Day. If I'm sure Mother's Day, I think this year's kind of earlier. I think it's about Mother's Day this year's about the 6th, but usually you always used to fall at the end of March. People going about buying their mothers, what do you call it, Mother's Day presents and that. And as I said, at midday, the 20th of March, kids and usual things would be doing McDonald's or whatever it is. They took it, they ended up, man, after they obviously did this bombing went half, the lifeless body of 3-year-old Jonathan Ball.
That's right.
You know, mindless IRA violence, you know what I mean? And 12-year-old Tim Parry. I mean, that boy lay badly injured, you know what I mean? And fought as hard as he could for 5 days, that kid, no?
Tim Parry, that's
Tim Parry. That was a wee boy at 12. A lot of things. And you actually look and say, 12-year-old, no? I mean, the boy fought for 5 days, man, to try and have a life. That young kid was getting, I think, to buy I think he was an Everton supporter, and he was going to buy an Everton fit up, and he never ever got his Everton fit, the kid, no? And he died 5 days later.
Because Tim Parry, 12-year-old, he's just
only 12.
Force of a Semtex blast, and he was gravely wounded.
Badly.
He died on the 25th of March, so it's like
that's right. It was about 5 days after, as I say, young Jonathan Ball. He was a baby. I mean, his wee body was smashed to pieces, you know, with these people, you know what I mean? And then
the other thing, but David, to touch base on it, what you're talking about, Tim Parry, is the fact where, so you've got Tim Parry, he's gravely injured, he's lying in hospital, he's linked up to all these machines. We all know how hard it is seeing loved ones suffering. So when a doctor goes up to Tim Parry's parents and family and says there's minimal brain activity in the little guy's kind of head, there's it's minimal. There's nothing really more we can do. For a family to have to tell a doctor turn his life support machine off at age 12, that's like a double death in your family. You know what I mean? It's shocking.
It's
but
a
yet,
double death.
people still come out and say, "Oh, you should forgive and forget."
Oh no!
Imagine saying that to that boy's family who get made to make the decision to turn that poor boy's life support machine off.
Well, Chris, I actually own the new. I mean, come the 10th of March, and you're only talking a couple of weeks. If somebody to come up with me, as I say, 45 years has passed since my cousin was murdered in Northern Ireland, and ask me to forgive and forget. Well, I wouldn't even use language like that in your show, mate. You know what I mean? I just turn and get back. I mean, you've got Adams. I mean, that guy's just a total hypocrite. I think Jerry done about 12 months in Long Kesh. Martin McGuinness, I don't think he was ever convicted of terrorist offences in Northern Ireland. I think he actually spent maybe about 9 months or something for membership of the IRA in the South. And then probably the biggest pain in the arse that we've ever had was Paisley. I mean, recall these words, obviously, anybody that's listening. Never. That was his name. That was his fucking name. Never, no. At the end of the day, say a year later he sat down with IRA. Ian's widow must have been promised a 5 million me backhander, no? Ian, sit down with the cunts for 5 minutes, right? And you're going to get weighed in, no? You'll get plenty of money, no? You'll be alright. Bottom line, Ian, you take your 30 pieces of silver. No.
David, I've just found a quote here about Tim Parry, right? The 12-year-old boy. And it's from his father.
Yeah.
His father said, his father was Jonathan Ball. Sorry, Jonathan Ball's father, right? Who is the 3-year-old, sorry.
That's right.
The 3-year-old was Jonathan Ball and he died at the scene.
Aye.
Now his father said this: "He is what made me live. He was great. My life is just shattered now, absolutely shattered. A child of 3 years and 10 months and they took his life. He has done nothing to anybody in my heart, I don't think I can ever forgive them. I don't think I shall ever forgive them.
You can't forgive these kind of people. Because
That's
these
a
people
father,
are-
a 3-year-old who the
Aye,
IRAs blew up.
these people of how can you put that? I mean, they're the example, Chris. Just for obviously a different thing. I mean, you murder a woman in cold blood, right? And you leave. I think there was 9 of the McConville kids. They were left to sort of fend for themselves. Do you know what I mean? You're turning around looking at that. The church that was made a left next to the Bolton and Divis flats. Well, no representative for that church went round to have honing a bread, a loaf of bread, a tin of soup, or every Wednesday. They were on their own, you know. And then all the years later, Jerry signed it. Now, you can turn around and say there was the Price sisters. I don't know whether it was Marion or the other one it was, named Adams. Brendan Hughes named Adams. Brendan Hughes had bigger bottle on his fucking wee toe than Adams had ever had in his life anyway. Right, granted IRA, he was fighting for these causes, they call it, right? But when you turn and you look at Adams, he's a slime. He was like I would say he's a modern day Di Valera. Same thing as we've done with Collins, no? They turned around to me like, oh, listen, I'm not really a good thing, I'm not taking part, I'm into politics, I'm not into violence. Jerry, grow up, man. Jerry's boy was never ever, or his family were never ever hurt. So that turns and tells me, Jerry, you've got to be in the British government's pocket, and you're taking a king's ransom. That's what you must be doing, because there's no danger. There's no danger you last through a conflict for 30 years if you're no feeding information to security forces or the other side of the camp. He's up to his neck at the bottom line.
Yeah.
And as I turn and say, 45-year-old, my family never been forgiven or forgetting. No chance here.
No.
No chance here.
And I think the answer to forgive and forget from many of the families that we're finding quotes from tonight, they're all saying they won't be forgiven and nor will they be forgetting. Like Jonathan Ball, for instance, going back to him, the 3-year-old, already heard a quote for his father, but he was out shopping for a present for Mother's Day at the time.
That's Mother's Day.
Like
That's
you
right.
said.
And
Aye, unbeknown to anybody, this little boy's trip is one that he won't be coming home on.
No.
His last trip out.
I've got
a 3-year-old son. I think most people with children remember their kids being 3. It was it's probably one of the best periods of a child's life, a parent's life, because at 3 they're innocent, but they're game enough to know kind of banter, that they know how to kind of get you around their little finger. You know, so you can just imagine this little guy on his way out buying his mum a Mother's Day present. You know, he's kind of quite hype and excited, and then the next thing his young life ends straight away.
The thing is, you've got here, Chris, is you've got the government on one side, as I say, our government, who we've been loyal to. Our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers fought in wars for this country, you know what I mean? And they are actually standing in the middle there, and they're just going, I feed them that and feed them that.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, to forgive and forget is allowing Republicans to rewrite your history. But you can't rewrite history, because no, what, it's there, it's in black and white, it's going to be there as long as the Bible's going to be there. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. It's going to be there. But there's a wee thing here, Chris, that I'd put across. Make no mistake, the Republicans in the mainland are getting more organised. We're letting our guard down. There's still an arrogance about the Loyalist community. There's too much bickering going on. The more and more IRA sympathiser parades, they're happening
every other week.
Every other week. But every fortnight you can go and you can fill a football stadium. Right? You can go to Ibrox and fill a football stadium. I'm not saying everybody in Ibrox Stadium, 55,000 or prominent loyalists are right in there, right? But you turn in and even take 2,000 out of that. You go to these rallies and you'll protest and all the rest, and you'll maybe have 200 to 300 loyalists. Same guys every time.
Yeah.
Many of them would love to come, but they're too fear to get the nick. You need to stand up and be counted. At the end of the day, these Republican killers are marching through their cities. But this is one thing you keep in mind, obviously, when I got this here. Think every British soldier that died in Northern Ireland by bullet or by bomb, of innocent Protestants that have been ethnically cleansed by the IRA in the 6 counties. That's the bottom line. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it will always be hands across the water, and see for Nah,